Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Marketing Show. My name is Ty Daniel Smith. With me is TJ and Kylie. And today we are discussing how frequently you should post on Instagram. So we are going to discuss what the data says about posting on Instagram, what the data means, and what we have seen ourselves. So let's get right into some stats and numbers. SocialBuddy, which is a Instagram growth tool, says 1 to 3 times per day. And their data shows major brands posting on average 1.5 times per day. A marketing software company called DashHudson broke down Instagram posting frequency versus reach as a percentage relative to average based on data from 1,400 brands. So they saw that if you post 1 time per day, you will see 3.39% more reach than the average across all those brands. If you post 2 times per day, that's 3.12% less reach than average. 3 times per day, that's 6.17% less reach. Again, this is per post. Right. 4 times per day is 13.17% less reach. And 5 posts per day is 9.26% less reach. I'm curious why that goes up after that, but it doesn't say that. DashHudson also graphed the number of posts per day versus total reach. So that those previous numbers are percentage reach per post versus average. This is total reach. And it's pretty common sense. The more you post, the more reach you have total. But you do have less reach per post, which makes sense, right, based on what we just discussed. So interpreting that data basically says that it really depends on your goals. Do you want maximum total reach or maximum engagement and reach per post? Right.
And just to recap, just because I'm sure it's a lot of figures for the audio version, basically more or less you get more reach the less often you post per day on that specific post, but you're going to gain more reach as an entire account overall over time the more often you post.
Yeah, so you have to decide if you're okay having a timeline that has less reach and engagement per post, or if you just want general brand awareness, you can post, the more the better, basically, because you get a certain number of reach per post.
I mean, basically, like, what are your end goals? What is it you're really trying to do? And how much, are you playing the long game? How much time do you have to really make it happen?
And for those that don't know, reach is just the accounts that have been reached that post. Yeah. And engagement are all those people that engaged with the post, like, comment, share, things like that.
Right? Yeah, impressions are the number of times a post was seen. Reach is actually the number of accounts that saw your content. But basically, they all kind of point in the direction that posting once per day is probably fine, which is kind of not what I thought, honestly, before we did all this research. I would think that posting 2 to 3 times per day was better, but
I feel like for us, posting 2 times is pretty good. We get a good amount of followers, I think, when we're posting.
We've been growing quickly, and our schedule is what, twice per day?
Yeah, it's about once to twice per day, depending on.
Well, that sounds like aligned with what SocialBuddy found.
And so the little bit of the kind of rationale or reasoning behind the reason some of this stuff happens and why people say multiple times a day is because the way, specifically on Instagram, the way it works, it's going to be shown to people that are online right then and within recently of when you post it. So say you post at 9 a.m., you're going to be capturing, you're going to have a chance to be shown to people that are going to be on around that time of day. So then you post a few hours later, then that post is going to be shown to people around on that time of day. And then if you post it a third time, same type of thing. So the idea is the more times you post a day, the more opportunities you have to gain new followers that are going to interact and see your content in the future, but the less likely you are that your content is going to be shown to all of your followers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so all this data is just on actual posts, but there's obviously stories as well on Instagram.
Well, and that comes into another big thing as far as growing your engagement too. So the idea is, like, if you're doing each post, that's how you're going to pick up new subscribers most likely. And then staying very active on stories is how you're going to keep those subscribers engaged and then increase your engagement rate on each post. So it really is a balance of doing both. If you can post, like this said, 1 to 3 times a day for an average of 1 or 1.5, whatever that is. But then if you still want to have an active story of probably 4 to 10 posts a day, at least on a story, or really, like, in a perfect world, every hour for 12 hours would probably be great.
For story, you're talking.
For stories.
Yeah. I think a consistent story, constantly having something in your story is important. So let's end with a quote from Neil Patel. Neil Patel, who is a social media and SEO, I guess, guru, you can explain it, you can call it. He says, if you make a habit of posting several times a day and then transition to only a few times per week, you will start to lose followers and generate less engagement per post. This means that the best posting frequency for Instagram is the posting frequency that you can consistently maintain for the rest of your natural life. It's a little extreme at that, how that ends, but
well, no, but I think that's a great point to showing it really is just building new habits and lifestyles and really building, because when you first start, people think, like the very first time I started running a story, and I thought like, oh my gosh, to post one thing every single day and keep something on my story all the time, that seems really hard to do. Now, without even thinking about it, I'll have 10 things on there pretty much all the time.
It's about habit.
Yeah, same with Twitter.
Same with everything.
Right. If you tweet 5 times a day, to somebody who doesn't tweet at all, they think that's a lot. To Crypto Euclid, if somebody says 5 times a day, that's nothing.
Yeah, and using tools like Social Pilot and HubSpot, those are really good for scheduling Instagram posts as well.
Very true.
So that is all for today. Please remember to rate, review, and recommend this podcast. Your reviews on Apple Podcasts definitely help us grow a lot and continue to put out content like this. Also, join us on Slack at coinbound.io/join Slack. We are constantly talking about stuff like this as well as other marketing related things. So join the conversation there and follow us on Twitter at coinbound_IO, Ty Daniel Smith, Crypto Kylie, and Young Dumb Crypto.
And follow us on Instagram.
And that's that. What are we? Coinbound on Instagram?
Yeah, Coinbound.
Easy enough.
Should be. Look us up.
All right. That's all for today, guys. Thank you.
All right.